Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. Video number, not one, not two, three. Video number 3 of today, and there's more coming later on because right now things are really getting set into motion. I gave you video number 1 earlier today where it looked like the deal for Koundé was going to be on, the deal for Saul was going to be off, and Hudson-Odoi wasn't going anywhere. And then I gave you video number 2 in the afternoon at lunchtime telling you that it's looking like everything's just stalled in terms of the Koundé deal. The Sevilla sporting director came out and spoke, explained his side of the story. We heard Chelsea's version in terms of some of the few journalists that are connected with the club, and it just looked like there was not going to be a breakthrough. The condition is set. Chelsea have to pay the release clause if they want Koundé. As for Saul, we heard it was dead. We heard it was dead. We heard it was finished. That's it. It's off. The deal is off. It's not happening. But then we started hearing little whispers of there may be a chance. There may be a chance. It's alive. It's just alive. Well, there you go. Now it's on like Donkey Kong. Saul to Chelsea is on, people. It's happening. It's looking like it's happening anyway. The last couple of hours, we've had a massive breakthrough in terms of negotiations. Things really getting set into motion and everything is back on. Yes, it is. Saul to Chelsea looks like it's on the verge of happening. Let's get into all of the details to show you guys exactly what's been going on. Check this out. So we had earlier on from Dan McCarthy, from his source saying Koundé deal is off. And that pretty much puts an end to the Koundé stuff. Why? Because they made it clear. Sevilla made it clear. Pay the release clause or he stays. Done. There's no more negotiating. We're not talking. And Chelsea right now, as I did mention in the video earlier on, is do they want to pay that release clause and come across looking weak? Or do they want to pay it? Or do they not want to pay it and come across looking, yeah, you know what, we don't take any BS from anyone. You know, that's the alternative. There is a little twist though. Remember, deadline day. This is deadline day. Anything can happen. And just like we've seen everything switch up and change throughout the hours today, you never know what Chelsea might do with a couple of hours to go. I'm just saying that now. You never know. Now, his source says Koundé is off. I'm inclined to think we're not going to trigger it. But you never know. You never know. Here's my theory. Yeah? Here's my theory that, honestly, if I'm talking in terms of a chance, it might have like, what, a 2% chance, right? 98 times out of 100, this doesn't happen. But Chelsea like to be the club that shows everyone, you know, you don't mess with us. You don't mess with us. So what could happen is with like a couple of hours to go, Chelsea trigger the clause and give absolutely no time for Sevilla to get themselves a replacement. Absolutely no time. Now, I don't know if La Liga or if any conditions in La Liga helps them to be able to do that, to be able to get a replacement even after our window closes. I'm not entirely sure, so Chelsea will definitely know that. But I'm just saying, that's a theory that might happen 2 times out of 100. However, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Koundé is off. As much as he wanted to move, I don't think it's going to happen. So there's that. But thankfully, it's looking like we are getting the midfielder that we also wanted and we also cherished, because we were scared that if we don't have a 4th midfielder, it's all going to get a bit tasty if we get 2 injuries in the squad, don't we? So check this out. I'll run you through exactly what's happened. Let's get into it. So, Saul's number 8 is now not in the Atleti store. It goes by numerical order, and there it is. He has been removed from the shop window. That pretty much tells you what's going on. We go into the news from Oliver Todd saying, breaking, Chelsea are set to sign Saul Niguez, significant breakthrough and loan deal expected to be completed tonight. Over from Fabrizio Romano, he clarified it at pretty much the same time. Chelsea are currently in direct contact with Saul Niguez's agent to find a solution over a deal. And we have it from Matt Law saying Chelsea are now cautiously hopeful of signing Saul Niguez on loan with an option to buy. Some serious hard work has gone on behind the scenes to get the deal moving again. And that just pretty much sums up exactly how crazy today and this transfer window as a whole has been. It's been bonkers. The entire thing has been absolutely insane, and I I'm going to remember this one. I really am going to remember this transfer window. I know all of you are, but this deadline day has pretty much gone left and right. Now, because it has been going left and right, up and down, upstairs, downstairs, all sorts, you got to be cautious. It doesn't mean that, it's looking like it's happening, that it's 100% happening. What the news earlier on was apparently Saul Niguez's camp himself. So him and his agent were actively trying to push this through. It was nothing really to do with Chelsea really pushing all the buttons, but it was Saul Niguez really telling Atletico and pushing the club to let him go. And Chelsea have capitalised on that, it seems, and the negotiations are back underway. That is looking like it's going to be completed tonight. And in terms of the transfer window, if this does go ahead, right, it's a good window. It's a good window. Let's have it right. Even if Saul wasn't going to happen, I did tell you in the video earlier on that it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, right? I'm sure Thomas Tuchel has a plan for how he's going to use Chalobah in that role, perhaps. How he'd probably convert Loftus-Cheek to use him in that role. If Ampadu was going to remain at the club, now there's talk about Ampadu heading out on loan if Saul Niguez does come in. But that is currently on hold until we know what's going on with Saul Niguez. So if Saul comes in, Ampadu goes on loan. If Saul somehow doesn't happen, then Ampadu stays and we've got ourselves an option in him too. So it's not the end of the world. However, I hear the concern. We want top talent and we want top players in the team. Even if injuries are happening, we want someone to step in who we know is going to kill it from minute one. Saul, I think, is definitely someone that's going to be able to do that. And in terms of this deal, if it were to go through, it's a loan with an option to buy. An option to buy, which gives Chelsea the option, of course, at the end of the season, if we like Saul, if we think that he should stay, we can just be like, okay, hello, Atletico, we want to keep Saul. Is that okay? Cheers, thanks. And just give them the money. Simple. And that's another option. What it does feel like, though, at Chelsea with Saul coming in, is that this is going to be a stopgap. Now, him staying at Chelsea does give us the option, as I've said, to keep him if we want to. However, it also does give time and a bit of leeway for Tchouaméni to keep playing, for Declan Rice to keep playing, for those sort of options to keep going that way. Next summer, we might go in for one of them. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. We'll wait and see, though. However, Saul coming in this position into Chelsea on a loan is fantastic. Now, if he does come in, we'll have Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, Saul. Perfect. Also, we can't forget, we've got Gilmour on loan at Norwich. So that's another one for the summer. And another option that we could decide to stick with depending on how well he does at Norwich. If he develops really well at Norwich, if he's playing really, really well, we know the systems are very, very similar. So for him to really get himself up and running, he can just come back into the Chelsea setup, and really just start hitting the ground running from there. So I really, really am optimistic in terms of the plan and in terms of how this is going. Now, in terms of the whole window, if we get Lukaku and just Saul, right? No Koundé, I'm still very happy with that. You have to remember, guys, just because even, let's say, Saul somehow doesn't happen today, Koundé doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Lukaku was the main one. Or Haaland. We needed a striker. We've got a striker. That was our true missing piece to the puzzle. Because let's have it right. If Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic stay fit for the whole season, we don't have a midfield problem. It's only on the basis of if we get an injury, if we get two injuries, because we know Kante can be susceptible. We know that Kovacic can pick up a knock here and there. Even Jorginho might, just as we saw in the last game where he looked like he was down for a little bit and we got a bit worried. But then same thing happened with Kante. Little warning signs. So if they don't get injured, there's nothing to worry about. But if someone gets injured, yeah, that's where we got to be, ready. Saul comes in, sorts that problem out immediately. We've got 4 central midfielders now to pick from. And I think Saul isn't just going to come in and be cover. I really think that in some games where we need to use a presence that is defensively solid and has the same capabilities of being able to link pass, that be able to send a through ball, that's able to get forward when required, Saul does that. He's a very versatile player, Saul. He doesn't just play in central midfield. He can play on either side. He's even played in defence before. It's crazy. He is so versatile and Thomas Tuchel loves that. So I'm confident Tuchel will utilise all 4 midfielders whenever they're required. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this is all going to shape up. But it's not official just yet. It looks like it's on. and it's happening. We'll see when it's going to be confirmed and when the here we go comes in. But it's looking like tonight we will be getting Saul Niguez. So let me know how you're feeling in the comment section below. Are you happy? Are you not? I'd love to hear it. Thank you all so much. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this. And I'll see all of you later for video number 4. Now that could be the roundup of our transfer window, or it could be the announcement of Saul Niguez to Chelsea. We'll see whatever comes first. But I'll see all of you later. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care. And peace.